In the journey of life, the bonds we form with those around us profoundly shape our experiences, emotions, and understanding of the world. Among these connections, the foundational relationship between a caregiver and a child is pivotal, offering insights into the emotional development of an individual. Attachment theory, a concept introduced by John Bowlby and further elaborated by Mary Ainsworth, delves into the significant influence early relationships have on a child's psychological growth. This theory provides a framework to comprehend how initial bonds affect behavior, relationships, and coping mechanisms throughout life. John Bowlby observed that children form an emotional attachment to their primary caregivers, seeking comfort and proximity in times of distress. Mary Ainsworth expanded on Bowlby's work, identifying different styles of attachment that result from these early interactions. These styles include secure attachment, which stems from consistent and responsive caregiving, leading to children who are confident and explorative. Anxious preoccupied attachment arises from inconsistent caregiving, resulting in children who may appear clingy and uncertain. Dismissive avoidant attachment develops in response to distant or unresponsive caregiving, prompting children to become self-reliant and detached. Lastly, fearful avoidant attachment, characterized by a mix of anxious and avoidant behaviors, often emerges from traumatic experiences. The relevance of attachment theory extends beyond childhood, affecting relationships, parenting styles, and even workplace dynamics. Recognizing one's attachment style can offer pathways to personal growth, fostering healthier relationships and emotional resilience. By understanding the nuances of attachment theory, individuals can explore strategies for nurturing more secure and fulfilling connections. Whether through therapy, self-reflection, or mindful interaction, it's possible to alter attachment patterns for the better. In the context of relationships and therapy, understanding dismissive avoidant attachment is crucial for navigating the complexities it brings. Individuals with this attachment style might avoid deep emotional engagements and are likely to pull away when feeling too close or vulnerable. This behavior is not a reflection of their lack of interest or care, but rather a protective strategy formed in early life. Therapy can offer a space for dismissive avoidant individuals to explore their fears surrounding intimacy and vulnerability, encouraging them to gradually open up to the idea of closeness without the immediate risk of rejection. By acknowledging the roots of their attachment style, they can begin to challenge their internal working models of relationships, learning that emotional connection can be a source of strength rather than a threat. Fostering secure attachments through consistent and understanding interactions can gradually shift the dismissive avoidant pattern towards more secure relational dynamics, offering a path towards richer and more fulfilling interpersonal experiences. Anxious preoccupied attachment is an attachment style characterized by a heightened sense of insecurity and worry about relationships. Individuals with this style often fear abandonment and are highly concerned about their relationship's stability. This attachment pattern typically develops in childhood, where the caregiver's attention and responsiveness are inconsistent. As a result, the child learns to become hypervigilant about the signs of care and affection, often becoming overly dependent on others for validation and reassurance. These early experiences lead to an internal belief that one must cling tightly to others to keep them close, as they equate constant attention and approval with love and security. In adulthood, individuals with an anxious preoccupied attachment style may find themselves in a perpetual state of anxiety regarding their relationships. They often worry about their partner's commitment and love, fearing that they are not enough to keep their partner interested. This can result in behaviors that are sometimes described as clingy or needy, where the individual seeks constant reassurance and approval to quell their fears of abandonment. Despite their efforts, this excessive need for closeness can sometimes push others away, reinforcing the individual's fears that they are fundamentally unlovable, or that relationships will inevitably end in rejection.
Secure attachment is considered the healthiest of the attachment styles, characterized by a strong and stable sense of security in relationships. Individuals with a secure attachment style typically grew up with caregivers who were consistently responsive and attuned to their needs, providing a reliable source of comfort and support. This nurturing environment fosters a positive self-image and trust in others, enabling these individuals to approach relationships with confidence and openness. They are comfortable with intimacy and independence, capable of forming deep connections while respecting their own and others' boundaries. Securely attached individuals tend to have a balanced view of themselves and their partners, feeling worthy of love and competent in offering support. In relationships, those with a secure attachment style exhibit resilience and flexibility, effectively communicating their needs and responding to their partner's needs. They are adept at managing conflicts and navigating challenges, approaching problems with empathy and understanding. This secure foundation allows for healthy emotional expression and mutual growth within the relationship. Unlike other attachment styles marked by anxiety or avoidance, securely attached individuals are more likely to foster relationships that are based on mutual respect and genuine connection, contributing to their overall emotional and relational well-being. Cultivating or maintaining a secure attachment style involves continuous self-awareness and active engagement in nurturing relationships. For those not naturally inclined towards secure attachment due to their upbringing, achieving security is still possible through personal development, therapy, and forming connections with secure partners. Understanding the principles of secure attachment can guide individuals towards healthier relationship patterns, emphasizing the importance of consistency, reliability, and emotional availability. As people strive towards secure attachment in their relationships, they contribute to a cycle of positivity that enhances not only their personal happiness, but also the well-being of those around them, creating a foundation for lasting and fulfilling connections. If you find yourself relating closely to any of the attachment styles discussed and feel it's affecting your relationships or personal well-being, consulting with a mental health therapist can offer personalized feedback and support. A therapist can help you navigate your attachment-related challenges, fostering growth and healing in a way that educational content alone cannot. Remember, taking the step towards understanding and addressing your attachment style with the guidance of a professional is a brave and meaningful journey towards healthier relationships and a more fulfilling life.
Addressing an anxious, preoccupied attachment style involves recognizing the patterns of thought and behavior that perpetuate this cycle of anxiety and dependency. Therapy and self-awareness can play critical roles in this journey, helping individuals understand the roots of their fears and developing healthier ways of relating to others. Learning to self-soothe and regulate emotions is crucial, as is building a more secure sense of self that does not rely exclusively on others for validation. Gradually, through consistent and supportive relationships, whether platonic, romantic, or therapeutic, individuals with an anxious, preoccupied attachment can begin to internalize a sense of security and worth that is independent of their relationships, paving the way for healthier and more balanced connections. Fearful avoidant attachment, also known as disorganized attachment, is a complex style characterized by conflicting desires for closeness and distance in relationships. Individuals with this attachment pattern often experience a great deal of confusion about their relationships, oscillating between the need for emotional intimacy and the fear of getting too close. This attachment style typically emerges from a background of trauma or highly inconsistent caregiving in childhood, where the source of comfort also causes fear, leading to disorganized attachment behaviors. These early experiences create a situation where the child is unable to develop a consistent strategy for getting their emotional needs met, resulting in an adulthood marked by ambivalence towards intimacy and relationships. People with a fearful avoidant attachment style may find themselves in a perpetual state of uncertainty and anxiety about their relationships. On one hand, they crave the emotional security and connection that comes from close relationships. On the other, they are deeply afraid of being hurt, rejected, or abandoned, leading them to push others away when they feel too vulnerable. This push and pull dynamic can make their relationships highly volatile and filled with turmoil. Despite their longing for closeness, their fear often leads to behaviors that sabotage their relationships, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of abandonment and rejection that reinforces their deepest fears. Navigating a fearful avoidant attachment style requires confronting and processing the underlying fears and traumas that fuel this pattern. Therapy, particularly approaches that focus on trauma resolution and building emotional resilience, can be instrumental in helping individuals understand and heal the wounds of their past. Developing a more secure attachment style involves learning to tolerate vulnerability and emotional intimacy without overwhelming fear, as well as fostering self-compassion and a stronger sense of self.